Hey guys, Troubletcat here recording for the Zombie Arcade. This is Max Payne 3. I'm playing multiplayer, going into a Gang Wars game here. And I wanted to make a video to talk about whether or not you should buy this game. You may recall I did a sort of multiplayer impressions video a little while ago. And what are we doing here? Let's see what we're playing. What game type are we in? I'm not actually sure. I'm going to go with my medium loadout to start with here. Anyway, I made a first impressions video for multiplayer in this game a little while ago, and I sort of said in that video I'm going to do a full review of this game, which I still might be doing at some point, but isn't going to be coming out anytime soon. I kind of got distracted, fell by the wayside, had other projects that demanded my attention, and that sort of fell by the wayside, as I just said. So, but I did want to make a video answering sort of the main question that people go to reviews to have answered, which is whether or not a game is worth their time and money. And I wanted to do that, while it's still relevant, while this game is still fairly new. So here we are. That's the purpose of this video, and I am extremely dead. And in very short, the answer to that question is, if you're sort of looking at the game, think it seems kind of interesting, the answer to whether or not you should buy it, for me, is a resounding yes. And I would say that this game is worth buying for the single player alone. I'll talk about multiplayer a bit more in a second, but I'd say that this game is worth it just for single player because it is true that from the first two games, the character of Max seems a little bit different. They changed the tone of the story a little bit. The feel of the game is a little bit different from the classic titles, which I was a fan of. But I don't feel like I don't feel like this is a worse game. It might not be as much of a classic as those games where that bag fell through the floor. It might never be as much of a classic as Max Payne 1 and 2 were, but this is still one of the best action games, I think, in recent years. Getting shot around a corner horrifically badly there. And those changes to the tone and stuff like that is more... It doesn't feel like a betrayal so much as it feels like Rockstar making the franchise their own. I mean, they don't do anything, there's no, big retcons, and they didn't change the way the game feels so much to make it, for it to be completely unrecognizable, but they did sort of, it's a Rockstar game now, not a Remedy game, and, that's okay. I think it's better for Rockstar to make the game their own than to, try and copy exactly what Remedy was doing and fail miserably. And I mean, the gameplay in single player it's a lot of fun. I really do. It's a short campaign. It took me like 7 hours or something my first time, on the highest of the first available difficulties, but I'm playing it through a second time. I'm going to be playing through on New York Minute as well. So, I mean, it's the kind of game that, for me anyway, was just so good that I wanted to play through it more than once. I wanted to play through it multiple times, and so, when you consider that, sure, maybe one playthrough single player is only going to take you 7 hours, but I at least wanted to play it multiple times. So we're going to be talking about, 14, 15 hours spent in the single player probably, and then there's also a multiplayer element. I feel like it's reasonable value for money, and the single player was such a good experience for that short amount of time anyway. I enjoyed it so much that I didn't really mind that it was so short. I think it's okay to have a short single player campaign, as long as those, 6 or 7 hours you're spending are really, really enjoyed by you, the player. So, I do recommend buying this game for single player if it looks interesting to you. I thought it was fantastically enjoyable. Again, if I get around to doing a full review of it, I'll talk about that in more depth. But, I thought the single player was great. I really liked it. And, I would recommend the game for that reason. As for multiplayer, well, first of all, I seem to be lagging pretty horrendously in this game. I'm getting shot around corners, getting insta-deathed a lot and stuff. But, then again, you just die tremendously fast in multiplayer anyway. I don't think the multiplayer in this game is that amazing. It's not terrible, but getting surrounded horribly there, and again, I seem like lag warp or something. I don't know. From Australia, I don't know. I will say the game seemed a lot more stable the past few days than it was previously. I said in the first impressions video that I've been having a lot of problem getting connections to games and stuff like that. But, that seems to have improved a lot since release, so that's not such an issue anymore. And I guess multiplayer is fun, but it's not amazing. You're not going to get a huge amount of gameplay out of multiplayer, probably. I think one of the problems for me is that it's running on a model with no dedicated servers, and I'm in Australia, and there's not a huge number of people playing, so I think most games that I go into end up being kind of laggy, which is obviously going to reduce, your enjoyment. But aside from that, I mean, you die really fast, the game isn't really balanced well at all. The multiplayer just isn't that amazing. It is fun and different, as I said in that first impressions video. You will get a bit of playtime out of it, and I've been kind of liking playing it the past few days, or I wouldn't be making a video of it now. But don't expect the multiplayer in this game to, hold your attention in the way that something like BF3 is going to, or anything like that. It is fun, but if you buy this game, buy it for the single player, not for the multiplayer. And I do think it's worth buying it for the single player. So that's pretty much what I think of it. There's going to be a lot more of game here, so I think I'm actually going to keep playing, and I'm just going to, transition into doing a sort of standard live commentary where I actually talk about what's going on in the gameplay, since you probably haven't seen much of the MP in this game so far. But if you want to know, what was in the video title, what I thought of the game, whether or not you should buy it, you now do! And if you want to see a little bit more of multiplayer, stick around, because I'm going to be playing this a bit. Gang Wars is a pretty interesting game type. You sort of transition through this little story. You go through a series of different phases with different objectives. My objective right now is to defend one specific guy on my team back there. Right now, the enemy doesn't know where he is exactly, but if they kill 2 more of us, then he'll sort of show up for all of them. And that number, slowly increases as they don't kill people. So, this is kind of an interesting game type, VIP protection, which is something you don't see in a lot of games these days. You can see here that people die phenomenally quickly. Including me! My life is at an end! You go ahead and declare a vendetta on this guy. Basically, with the vendettas, you just get extra experience if you kill them before they kill you again, and they get extra experience if they deny that vendetta. So I mean, there's no real, you don't lose anything for losing your vendetta. There's no real reason not to engage in them. There's a chance you give an enemy a bit of experience, but so fucking what? Doesn't matter. Might as well take the risk to get some yourself, since you're not actually going to lose anything if it fails. No! My bullets were hitting the fucking ground in front of me. It matters not. Looks like we're going to win this phase. We won the first phase. This game's going pretty well for us. I'm not enormously good at the multiplayer in this. You might have noticed. It's kind of tricky, actually. It's pretty hard. Part of it to do with, you just die so quickly. And a lot of it, like, stuff like the cover mechanic and stuff, people come up behind you a lot and stuff like that. I don't know, it's just kind of, it's tricky, and I haven't spent a huge amount of time playing it. Multiplayer is pretty tough, but we'll see how well I can do. People in chat are really fucking angry, which I find pretty amusing, actually. Chapter 3, Turf Grab. So this is basically a domination kind of thing. I haven't quite figured out the loadout system, which I showed in that impressions video a little bit, is actually really interesting, how you have sort of different weights, and there's a guy from Russia in this game. I think most of these people are probably in the US, so, I'm going to get a bit of lag. Anyway, 2 guys from Russia. The loadout system is really interesting, how you have, a weight that affects how far you can run, how much you can roll, and how quickly your health regenerates. And, heavier weapons way more, you have body armor and stuff like that. So you have all these sort of more powerful items that you can equip, but they all add to this weight mechanic. And I haven't quite figured out what is actually, best in this game yet, in terms of weight. It often seems like people running a light configuration with double pistols dual pistols seem to kill really, really, really fucking fast in this game. And those light guys with their added maneuverability seem to have a lot of advantages. But right now I'm playing a kit with a heavy loadout because it makes it, you stay alive for a bit longer with this body armor on. You've got a bit of a better long-range weapon. And I feel like it's sort of better for defending these points once you have them. So, I don't know. I mean, maybe it is sort of balanced in that way. There are a few guns that feel horrifically overpowered to me. That's all I meant when I was talking about the game not being that balanced. Some stuff just seems kind of ridiculously OP is the only real problem, which is a pretty significant problem. I mean, Not gonna lie, but whatever. I think, you know, it's not meant to be a super competitive multiplayer thing anyway. It's just supposed to be kind of fun. And, you know, it's not... Not everything has to be super competitive, super serious business for it to be enjoyable. And I do have a bit of fun in this game, multiplayer. It's just... Yeah, not necessarily the best designed thing in all time. Hold that for me. Seriously, you survived that? Stay off my objective, motherfuckers. Ah! Let's use my health boost here. My burst to essentially kill streaks. One I've got on gives me a boost to my health when I use it. Alright. I don't want to fall over here. No! My life! Fuck it, more vendettas. I guess what I do enjoy about this game is you can sort of see you get a lot of these kind of like structured firefights going on. This game's not really conducive, particularly to a... I mean, if you're running a light setup and you have those double pistols and you've got, you know, some bullet time saved up so you can dive around corners in slow-mo and shot heads, you can charge around like a madman in this game, but you also get a lot of these sort of more structured firefights happening, which can be kind of cool. I like that about it. It's kind of nice. I'm going to go ahead and loot my own corpse here, see what I can get. Painkiller. Good. Need that. I love taking drugs. Good victory. And what a nice picture of my character. Alright, takedown. So this is the same. This is another VIP protection kind of operation like the last one. Am I going to be defending or attacking? Alright, I'm attacking. I'm going to show you guys, I'll run a light loadout. I actually only have one pistol on this, because the amount you can carry in each weight category actually increases as you rank up, and I'm pretty low rank. I can't carry that much right now, but I've got a 1911, and the 1911 does a lot of damage, actually, so we'll see what we can do here. Going to be being a bit more mobile. Still not going to just charge in with these people, though. See, I don't have any body armor on this loadout. I really like that stuff like that actually shows up on your character and, you know, affects the gameplay as well. It's pretty dope. Come at me, bro. Alright. Oh, got a bad dude here. So you can see you can sort of dive around. You don't go into slow motion unless you have enough adrenaline, though. You need half... Next to my health on the bottom right there, you can see my health and my ammo count. The other bar is my adrenaline, which you use for your bursts, your kill streaks, or you can use it to go into slow-mo, do those dives and shit, which hopefully I'll be able to show you in this last round. This last part of the match. Because it is pretty cool that you like go into slow motion in multiplayer and fucking dive and shot heads. It's pretty dope. It's a pretty cool feature. Alrighty. Longest time alive. I'm not touching that with a 10-foot pole. Use money to buy like weapon unlocks and stuff like that. And you can get more by making those wagers. I generally find let's just not do that. I normally just don't even go there. Let's give my teammates some extra health. So this last thing is just a team deathmatch kind of thing. And let's do it. Wait for some bad dudes to shot. I can actually sprint for infinite time when I'm a light character. Forgot about that. It's the same, I can just roll as much as I want. So be going into slow motion. Hut. See if we can find any people in this building. Hut. Hut. Oh god. Oh god, I'm fine. Actually fine. Where are my bad dudes at? Can't seem to locate people to kill shot. What the fuck is happening here? Bad guy! What? But how? How was I killed so instantaneously? I was gonna take out that bad dude, damn it. In slow motion and everything. Well, I've failed to demonstrate that mechanic. At least I managed to get revenge on my killer. Oh. Ah! 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 You can see the pistols do a lot of damage. You can imagine if I had 2 of these, I'd be killing people even faster. It'd be pretty redonkulous. Hut. Only 2 enemies left. Our victory is almost complete. So yeah, I mean, this has been Max Payne 3. I would recommend you buy it for the single player if you're, you know, somebody who thinks that action games are pretty dope. Multiplayer can be a bit dodgy, but it's fun too. I'd say buy this for the single player and think of multiplayer as a nice sort of bonus, as I said earlier. That's what it comes down to for me anyway. Alright, they've run out of respawns, now we just need to kill off the rest of them. And victory will be ours. Stop living! Teammate. Search this corpse, see what we can find, if anything. A tin can. Cool. You can actually throw those to make, like, sound distractions. I can't believe how much that didn't help. Hut! Well, that's a nice way to finish off a game. Really nice way to finish off a game. Alrighty, cool. So that's going to be it for this video, guys. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you thought of the video. I don't know. I might upload some more Max Payne 3 multiplayer gameplay at some point. Don't expect it to become a regular thing, though. I wanted to make a video talking about whether or not I thought the game was a good buy, and now I've done that. So, until next time, Troubletcat, out.